The second of our honorary degrees goes to Florence Welch, to whom we award an honorary fellowship. Before Florence Welch made her mark in music and became known as the lead singer and songwriter of the indie rock band Florence and the Machine, she was singing in school assemblies. You can cheer. She was singing in school assemblies and churches as a child and skipping classes to wander around the hallways and test the acoustics of stairwells. Growing up, being fascinated with the music scene at Camberwell, Florence successfully enrolled herself in an art foundation course at Camberwell College of Arts, a place she credits for giving her the creative freedom to experiment with music and developing early ideas of Florence and the Machine, and briefly studied there before deciding to pursue her career in music. Florence and the Machine started as a private joke, being an imaginary band with no fixed musicians. In 2009, they released their first album titled Lungs, which held the #2 position for its first 5 weeks on the UK Albums Chart and sold over 100,000 copies in the UK. Still trending in the charts the next year, the album had been in the top 40 in the United Kingdom for 65 consecutive weeks, making it one of the best-selling albums of 2009-2010. Since then, the band has won over 20 awards from over 100 nominations, including Critics' Choice Awards at the Brits in 2009, 6 Grammy nominations, 2 wins for Best Solo Artist at the NME Awards, and 3 Q Award wins, amongst others. Best known for her powerful vocals and theatrical stage presence, Florence made history at the Glastonbury Festival in 2015 as the first British female headliner of the 21st century. To her, music is a mode of catharsis and of survival through which she hopes to give people a space to experience their true emotions. Her talent is not just confined to music, as many of her fans look up to her as a fashion icon, and she has long been a collaborator of Gucci under Alessandro Michele and was named brand ambassador for their jewelry and watch collections in 2015. Florence has been Gucci Bloom fragrance ambassador since 2020. Inspired by pre-Raphaelite art since her childhood, her early interests are often visible in the band's album's artwork. Florence's portrait from the Ceremonials album is put on permanent display at the National Portrait Gallery, and in 2018 she released a book titled Useless Magic, a collection of her lyrics and poems along with illustrations. I'm delighted to invite the Deputy Chair of Governors to confer the Honorary Fellowship of University of the Arts London upon Florence Welch.
Sorry, I'm so nervous. Sorry, I didn't think this would ever happen. Okay, I can see kind of. As you can tell, I'm so honoured to receive this. As you may know, I was born in Camberwell, and the art college loomed very large in my imagination, even before I attended. Growing up in Camberwell, everyone who I thought was interesting or cool or were in my favourite bands seemed to have gone to Camberwell Art College. But much to my mother's dismay, as a patron of higher education herself, I stepped straight out of school into working in the nearest bar. Shout out to the old dispensary if anyone drinks there. I'm glad to see people still drink there. Okay, good. Rather than applying for any universities at all, I just wanted to be in a band, but at that point in my life, there really was no band, as you've heard. It was all mostly imaginary. There was just a lot of drinking. So after a year of that and feeling increasingly lost, I tried to apply to art college. As I'm sure is the case for so many of you here, the art department at school was one of the only places I'd ever felt comfortable in early education. Sorry, the hat keeps falling off. There was a lot of debate about hat or no hat, but I think the hat is good, so I'm going to keep it on. The art department was one of the only places I'd ever felt comfortable. So I wondered if Camberwell Art College would take me, and I'm so happy to say that they did. And I have to say, without that space to create and dream in that foundation year, and the structure and sanctuary it provided me, I would not be the artist I am today. Although I definitely owe Camberwell money for the amount of Florence and the Machine flyers I made with their photocopier. There used to be, where I did foundation, it was called the Shed, and also the only warm place in the Shed was by the photocopier. I remember being so overjoyed when I was accepted for an illustration degree. I really wasn't the best student, but they had seen something in me. But then I thought I would take out a year out to see if the band would go anywhere. And here we are. I was always incredibly sad to have not completed my degree, so I cannot tell you what this means to me. And to everyone else graduating today, one of the best things about that is you won't then have to talk for 15 years about how you dropped out. With so much talk about what is essential and non-essential over the last few years, the essentialness of art can never be denied. It is a life-saving force, capable of making sense of the senseless and expressing the unexpressible. Please never forget that as you move out into the world that needs artists now more than ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Florence.